Deftones 976 Evil Standard Tuning Method. I got the guitar tabs, guitar lesson. I'll play all the parts right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation for it. Before we jump in, please hit that subscription button. It's the best way of letting me know that you like this video and you want to see more like it. And now, let's give it a try. Alright, so once again, this is a standard tuning interpretation for this song. It works pretty well for the most part. Of course, we're going to sacrifice a little bit of the, low voicing stuff here and there, but a good portion of the song actually works just fine. And we'll kick it off with this, kind of minor back and forth chord that happens in the intro and, more or less in the verses as well. Basically, we'll be over here at the 4G, 5B, and then we'll have this 3 on the high E ready to go behind it. And we're just kind of, going back and forth between parts of this chord, initially just hitting like the B and G, and then we'll come down and like hit that 3 on the E. All right, and we'll do that a couple times. And then we'll just hit that 4 and 5 on the B and G, kind of hold it for a moment. And then just before it's out and we're going to restart it on that last beat, we'll just kind of hit it all together. All right, and then just kind of loop it from there 3 times. Okay, so that type of vibe. And after that, we kind of finish it by doing this little move where we'll hit the B and G string at that 4 and 5 there, come down, hit that 3E, and then we'll just make that 3E a 2, and then just kind of hit like the B and E string together with it. And then it just kind of holds from there. The second part of the intro and parts of the verse that are more or less just kind of bass, but we can put a little bass note in there if we like. And like the second part of the verse here, just some pieces that come together to form the, the end of the intro and the verse here. The end of the intro, the second guitar, just kind of does this big dynamic, power chord hit here. And the voicings will kind of have to flip, but it sounds fine here. And we just start with a big G power chord, 3E with the 5 on the A and D. Hit that, and then essentially we can just take the 5 on the A and D, drop them down a set, keep those 3s up here, and we'll get like a big voiced C power chord here. So we have our 3A with the 5 on the D and G, adding that extra G bass note with it. So we just kind of hit those, let them ring. All right, and as the verse gets going, like I said, it's pretty much just the bass hitting here. But if we need to follow along, we can. We're just kind of hitting those same kind of bass notes again, the G at the 3E and the 3 for the C on the A here. And it just does that a few times. And like I said, the second kind of big guitar comes in with power chords eventually, and it's just a F power chord here that we're just strumming, quarter note right on beat. So 1 on the E, 3 on the A and D here, just. And for the verse, the first guitar that's happening here, it's like I said, it's kind of doing a play on what the intro is doing, kind of the same deal, but we do that initial section 4 times, like the back and forth here. Okay, we do that 4 times, and after that we kind of do a back and forth of that little end part of the intro, where we go from our 3E to the 2, but we come right back to the 3 again, so it's. All right, and just that right there, we would repeat 4 times. The chorus, we come in big with a string of power chords here. Interesting progression here. It just starts with a big E power chord, and this all works, very well in this standard tuning here. We just strum E power chord a few times. Switch over to that big voiced C from the second part of that intro there. So we're just barring the 3 on the E and A, got the 5 on the D and G. With this, strum it, about 4 or 5 times, kind of 1 just before the measure's out. So we're just switch to that G for 1 strum. So just take those 5s and bring them up a set. All right, hit that once. A little transitional chord there. Gets us to our A power chord here at the 5 and 7s. And with this one, we hold on this one for, about 3 measures. Do a couple more strums into the next measure, and then a little transitional chord at the 7 and 9s for that B, and that'll lead us to our 8 and 10s for the C for a few. And you can kind of hit that initial C at the 8 and 10s, hit the first one, maybe hesitate slightly, then the other 2. And then we shift over down here to a big E flat. So we kind of do the same technique there where we add that, B flat bass note at the 6E, do the 6 on the A for the E flat, and then do our 8s on the D and G. And with this one, kind of the same with the last chord. We hit it once, maybe hold it for a moment, and then a couple more. All right, so just try that. And we would do kind of the first couple measures there, and after that, like where we would go to our A power chord at the 5 and 7s, we just drop down to an F at the 1 and 3s there, and we just hit it once and let that ring, and that kind of ends the verse there, or chorus. For the bridge section, we get a nice kind of chilled out section where, we can follow the vocal melody actually a little bit. And it's just kind of playing around with like a C major 7 sus thing here. Nothing too crazy really. We just do a 3E, 3 on the A, all right? And then come down, hit a couple open Gs. All right. Then we hit a 3B, open E, back to an open B. All right, just following that vocal. All right, and then eventually we get, a big dynamic ending coming back into, the chorus. So we just do a quick hit of the G power chord at the 3E, 5 A and D, shift down to that F at the 1 and 3s, and we just build on that F, a good 2-3 measures there just to get back into it.